Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga, Namaste. If you've just joined, we've been practicing Kirtan meditation. So meditation using yoga or transcendental mantras. So it's a really nice and easy form of meditation. All you've got to do is just let go of your mind, put all of that behind you, and just re-engage your awareness and your attention on the mantras and just relax in the sound. So up next we have Amir, who's going to take us through a guided meditation to help us understand our relationship with our mind and our emotions and our senses. And then adding a mantra to our breathing. And then we've got a talk by Jivu Krishnadas tonight on yoga topics. So if you have any questions about yoga philosophy or spiritual life, don't be shy. So yeah, that's the first part of tonight. So welcome, Amir. I'll take over.
All right, Haribol, everyone, welcome. All right. So, in the next 15 minutes or so, we're going to do some guided meditation. I'm going to take you through a little journey. So, and then at the end, we do an attentive listening meditation, which is quite relaxing type of meditation. So just get my backtrack going. Please sit in a very comfy position for me, very relaxed. Shoulders back, heads upright. And gently close your eyes, please. We start with focusing our attention on our breathing. Breathing is a wonderful gift. As long as the person is alive, he or she is going to be breathing. And whenever that person turns to his breath or her breath, it's going to be there unless the person's dead. In fact, one of the characteristics of mind is to basically wanting to avoid the present moment. Our mind tends to either take us to the past, reliving negative or positive events, or to future, oftentimes making us worried about things that can possibly go wrong. And oftentimes our mind takes us to different places other than the place we are. But really, we want to attend the present moment. And we want our mind to be presenting at the place our body is, right? So, focusing on our breath allows us to have a sense of present moment and to prevent our mind to go to the past or future. And that sets a wonderful step to get ready for meditation. To concentrate from 1,000 different things onto one thing, which is our breathing. Let's do that now. Let's take a deep breath in through your nose and out. You may want to make a wishing sound on the exhale just to Have a feel of your exhalation. One more time. Deep breath in through nose and deep breath out. Deep breath in and out. We tend to inhale through the nose because nose filters the air. And also breathing through the nose allows us to absorb subtle energy in air called prana or chi through the chakra located at the back of our nasal cavity. So now we are going to add the mantra Gauranga to our practice, turning it into a Gauranga breath meditation. Just a little bit about Gauranga mantra. It's got 4 syllables. Go, Ra, Anga. This wonderful yoga sound means the golden Lord of love. So we are going to join the guys in the background, taking deep breath in, and on the exhale we are going to join them repeating the mantra all together. Let's listen to one more, and then from the second Gauranga we join the guys in the background. Let's listen. All right, we are going to join now. Take a deep breath in. Goranga. Let's do one more. Keep your eyes closed, and without repeating the mantra, allow it to resonate in your mind and your head, and to wash away any worries you might be holding in your mind, in your heart. So keep your eyes closed, and we do a bit of Gauranga mantra as attentive listening meditation. This time round, we are going to focus on the mantra and welcome it into our ears and our mind and heart. And if you find your mind wanders during the practice, just become aware of that and consciously bring your mind back to the mantra. All right, guys, please bring your focus back to the room and people around you and objects around you. And if you want, you can now gently open your eyes, probably putting your palm together, creating some nice warmth, and massaging your face. All right, thank you so much, guys. Just a couple of quick announcements. I see quite few new faces tonight. If you would like to learn about meditation, different meditation techniques and stuff, we have a class next week, next Sunday, 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. The class is online in Zoom, and it's a free class. So in that 90 minutes class, you will learn different meditation techniques that you can easily make part of your daily routines and get most of benefit that you want to get out of meditation. That's one thing. For those of you who have done a meditation class before or have been coming to center for quite a while, there is a yoga wisdom class next Thursday, not this Thursday, the Thursday after. And that's about getting a proper lens through which you can look at life, your life, different aspects of your life, like your relationship with other people, your work, even your eating, your relationship with nature, with animals, and the whole life, right? So we all have a lens by which we judge different occasions and we make decisions. And this workshop allows you to utilize yoga wisdom teachings to actually improve that lens, to clear up your lens and have a much better perspective on your life. So that is the Thursday after this Thursday. And also for those of you who want to do an ancient yoga wisdom through Bhagavad Gita, there is an online course that is being run nationally right now. Next class is this Tuesday. And if you want to register, you can message us on our Facebook and we will send you the link. Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to invite Jiva Krishnadas, our dear friend, to come and give us a beautiful talk about spirituality. Haribol and Namaste.
Hey everybody, welcome. Namaste. So yeah, we've got about 20 minutes before we have our dinner break. And after that we're going to have a lot more chanting, a lot more meditation. So tonight we're going to speak about something very foundational. A few of you have not been here before. So this meditation that we do here, this Kirtan meditation, or more generally mantra meditation, focusing on mantra, it's not just about getting some superficial peace or just quietening the mind. Of course it will do that, but really it's meant for much more than that. You know, it's meant for spiritual realization, for actual spiritual experience. So what does that mean? Means a few different things. There's different kinds of spiritual experiences for a start. We can say that. It means, and the first, we'll just start with the first before we go on to anything else. The first kind of basic spiritual experience is in relation to our own nature. We come to have an actual experience of our own spiritual nature, or something, we're something other than the material body. So can I ask for, I don't want to belabor this point. You know, in other words, there's a distinction between you and the body. There is such a thing as the soul, the spiritual soul. That is the real you. And that is distinct from both your mind and your body. So can I, who's okay with that? Who's not okay with that? Or who's unfamiliar with that? Nobody. Put it this way, is anybody familiar with those ideas? The first one, yeah, okay. A few of you are nodding. Okay, so that's good. I will talk about it just a little bit because this is the basic foundation. You know, when we talk about spirituality and things like that, it's really, you won't get anywhere unless you really get this point that there's a difference between you and your body. That you are the spiritual spark. And in the Bhagavad Gita, one of the main yoga texts where we get so much information, knowledge about yoga, it's described here that the material body is temporary, right? We all know that. Got a physical body, it's temporary, it's not going to last forever. But you, the real you, the spiritual spark, or the spiritual soul, as we say, you do last forever. The spiritual spark, the real you, is eternal. that might be very frightening to a lot of it. Might be frightening or very exciting, depending on how you see it. And we call it the spiritual soul because it's not just energy. The spiritual soul is, it's got characteristics or attributes. So some of these attributes are, quite obviously consciousness. Yeah, we're conscious. Awareness, we're aware of so many things. We have will, we have desire. Even desire is a quality or an attribute of the soul. So these are the four things that make up what we are essentially as a person. You think of yourself as a person. I'm a person. What makes me a person, a living being? These things: consciousness, awareness, desire, will. And so those characteristics belong to the spirit, the soul. So that's why we say the spiritual soul. The spirit, when we say spirit, that refers to a particular type of energy. It's not different to material energy. And when we say soul, that refers to characteristics such as awareness, will, desire, so on. So is that okay? Everybody? It's pretty, I'm just basically sharing some information here today with you all. This is what our thing is here. We're not trying to ram anything into anybody's head. We're not trying to bash you with this knowledge, but rather it's just simply a matter of courtesy that, whenever people come here, as a matter of courtesy, we explain a few things and you can, take it or leave it as you like. Consider it, at least, is my hope always, that people will at least consider this. And one of the ways that it gives us, for anybody who's a little bit sceptical about this, one of the more or less immediate ways that you can, get a little sense that this is true is to just consider your own life, like looking around the room. I'm not very good at guessing ages, but some of you maybe between 20 and 40, I think gives me, I'm on safe ground. Now, if you remember, you're all between 20 and 40, so if you can remember back to your childhood, see how far you can remember back to your childhood when you were, say, maybe 5, or however, maybe even earlier. Just remember back to your childhood for a moment and think about, I existed back then when I was 5. And then, so we have a sense of who you were, and then take that now, project so many years into the future. I'm aware that I still exist now. The real point I'm trying to get to is that your feeling of who you were, your feeling of how old you were in a sense, or when you start to think about who you are, you don't even really think about your age as such. Your feeling of I exist and I am. It's the same now as it was when you were 5. Sure, your mind is full of so many different things, your body has grown and so on, but that actual feeling of, who I am, it's the same. And I can tell you, for me, I do the same thing. I project a lot further into the future, because my body's getting pretty old now. And I can remember back the same, but I still feel like that little 5-year-old kid. Even though my knowledge has changed, so many things have changed. But the feeling of I exist and I am, that exists. And if I live to be another 30 years, if I make to be 100 or maybe more, it'll still be there, that exact same thing, I am, I exist. So this gives us a little clue to this idea that, or this understanding that the real you, the spiritual spark who's aware and conscious, even though your body's getting older, like my body's very old now, but I still feel young. You ever heard that saying? They say it. It's like a cliche, the soul is forever young. Or you're only as old as you feel. They say like that, right? And it's true. And it's true because you actually are forever young. You know that Bob Dylan song, Forever Young. May you stay forever young. You are forever young. That's the spiritual soul. So this, of course, is denied by, you know, I'm not sure where everybody went to school. Most schools, they don't teach that at all. You have to learn this, you have to go to yoga school. In the normal material school where you go, they don't teach you that. They teach you, you are your body. That's it. Your consciousness, whatever they think it may be, that is simply a product of brain action. That's how they say. They don't know details, but that's how they say. And they say like that because they deny the reality of the spiritual soul. They say there is no such thing as spirit or spiritual energy and so on like that. So again, I'm just, you know, getting this foundation there for you all. And there's so many different ways to talk about this, and we don't have a lot of time. But one thing I will mention, we mentioned this, you know, 3 or 4 months ago in one of our talks. There was a program on, you know, how you have YouTube programs on different things, and somebody's talking about things. They had 5 highly credentialed psychologists from the University of, I think it was the University of Virginia or somewhere in the United States. And I forget the name of the department. They gave it a name, the department they're working in. And basically they're researching and documenting all kind, you know, so-called paranormal behaviour. So this is one of those rare cases where, you know, they were investigating this idea of the distinction between the soul and the body, the spirit, soul, and the body, in basically a place where you wouldn't think that'd be happening in a university. So they had these people, these 5 psychologists on there, and the moderator of the discussion was John Cleese. Have you heard of that guy? John Cleese? He's like a famous comedian from Britain, did all the Monty Python stuff many years ago. I don't think he's so popular anymore because of his heretical views about different things. But anyway, he's moderating this program, and all these, to cut a long story short, basically they were talking about different kinds of evidence that the spiritual soul is something definitely distinct from the body. I can't remember all the details of the show. It went on for about 45 minutes. You could probably look it up if you wanted to. I'm just trying to think of the name of it. Maybe just punch in John Cleese out of the body or something. And so anyway, the main point is each one of these different psychologists or psychiatrists they were talking about different things that they'd researched and how like some of the things were that people could remember. You might have heard of some of these things. You know, they'll have a little boy or a little child, you know, maybe 10 years old or something, and he'll be talking about stuff that he's got no experience of in this life, but it'll jog up some memories of some previous situation, or he'll be able to know something that took place previously but he had no knowledge of. Sorry, it's a little bit complicated. So some paranormal behaviour, but the real key to it was one of the speakers in particular was talking about clinical death. Have anybody heard of that? Yeah. Clinical death. It means, and these kind of things are really well documented now because usually they happen in hospital, where a person dies on the operating table, and they die. So they cease breathing, the heart function stops, everything just stops, and they basically, it's really interesting the way they say it too. Well, I've never been in an operating theatre, but I've seen it, and I'm sure all of you have too. If you've ever seen one of those shows on TV, they say, and they're frantically trying to save this guy's life, and he's dying, and they say, he's gone. They say that? They do. They say it like that. And that's exactly what's happened. He's gone. The spiritual soul has left the body. Just like a driver gets out of the car, that's a nice way to see it. The physical body is like the car, and you, the spiritual soul, are the driver of the car. And then they say he's gone, it means the driver's out of the car and the car's no longer working. So then you see them sometimes, you know, until they're frantically working, you know, they get the paddles out and so on, or someone's smashing on the person's chest and wake up, wake up. And sometimes it works. Sometimes the person will come back to life. Now, the interesting thing is that not so much that they brought the person back to life, but what the person experienced between the time they'd actually were gone and the time they did come back to life. And a lot of these people, there's so many, I could count, they've done polls on this, there's literally millions of people that have documented cases where you know, people have talked about their experiences while they were lying dead, supposedly, on the operating table. So again, there's so many points to bring up here. We don't have time to deal with them all, but it brings up definitions of what death is for a start, what life is, what death is, what life means. Well, so many things. We can't get to them all, but the point I wanted to make is that these people, so many people have documented that when they were dead, they weren't dead. They were floating above the operating table, looking down on their body. They could see, they relate all this later, that they could see people smashing on their body and using trying to bring them back to life. Oftentimes they're frantically running around, the doctors and nurses panic, you know, just sort of. And in some cases they'd even go out of the operating room, all out of the body. Nobody can see them, but they'll go out to the waiting room and maybe see their family members who are outside, and they could talk about what was going on. They'd come back. So sometimes they go, well, we don't know what happened. But in those cases where the person was revived, they come back to the body, they could talk really coherently. They were really coherent, and they talked about this experience as being not just a vague kind of hallucination or some vague thing. No, they were really, they talked about how their mind was just super functioning in a really, what's the word? A really... aware, but just the type of awareness. It wasn't just, it was very, very clear, put it that way. Their mind was just super clear about what they had experienced and so on and so forth, and when they came back, they could relate so many things of what happened. They could describe in detail what the doctor was doing in their attempt to bring them back. So many things. They could talk about what he was wearing and what he was doing and so on. So what does this all mean? It means that while the person was supposedly dead and gone, finished, the person was actually still experiencing so many, was still aware, like you're saying. He was still aware of the surroundings and so on, but from a point of view now outside the body. Obviously, he couldn't see anything with his eyes because he's unconscious. More than unconscious, he's gone. His body was dead. but they were still aware. And they could see. So this brings up another point. What? They're seeing without physical eyes? How's that happening? Huh? What? It's because of this awareness, this super awareness. So these are qualities of the spiritual soul. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is, sometimes when the people comment on this about what does it mean and so on, what does this mean? And people play it down a little bit and say, this is very interesting, and it leads us to think about, whether there is such a thing as life after death and the nature of the soul and so on. And they speculate like that. But from the point of view of yoga, we can say very definitely that this is actual proof. It's not, a matter of debate anymore. This is proof that you will exist after the death of your body. This is proof of the spiritual soul. And one of the psychologists to speak, he was actually quite definite about it. I forget his name. He was an older guy, but he was saying that if this research continues, and it continues to be documented, like right now, a lot of people would saying this is all quackery and it's not real and so on. But he's saying if this research continues and enough people get involved in it and in documenting of it and so on, it's going to turn science on its head. Because right now the scientific view and the widely accepted view is that each one of us is nothing but a collection of molecules that have gradually evolved over, or right now, forget about that, but just that right now, what are you? Nothing but a collection of molecules that got put together when your father and mother had sex, and then, you pop out, and, you'll last for a certain amount of time, and then that'll be it. Gone forever, finished. That's the view. If you hold to that materialistic view that you're just atoms and molecules and nothing else, and that consciousness is just a function of interacting brain molecules, then that's it. So doesn't this research turn that idea upside down? People are dying and they're experiencing, not only are they experiencing that they still exist, but they're able to relate very clearly and rationally. There's people, and there's many, many experiences of it. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. It's a really interesting... so this is another kind of evidence. For a lot of people, we don't really need that evidence. It's just... a lot of people are into yoga and yoga wisdom. You can find it very clearly stated in different yoga texts that there's, this is basic yoga teaching, that there's a distinction between you and your body. And then at the end of this body, you go on. Now, of course, this brings up a whole world of inquiry or possible inquiry if you're interested, doesn't it? It's like, okay, all right, my body dies, I don't die, then what? Then what? Well, that's a subject for another time. We've run out of time. But at least you can see that, wow, this opens up a whole bunch of questions. Where do I go? What's going to happen? Da, 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 da. And it brings up questions such as reincarnation, spiritual dimension, so many different possibilities. And if you come to more of our programs, we gradually deal with all these things. And if you maybe next week, or sometime you'll have the opportunity to ask questions. Tonight we didn't, but Oftentimes you will. If there's some particular aspect of this understanding that you'd like to know more about, we can talk about it and answer questions. But for now, just to put this into how does all this relate to the meditation we're doing? Well, this meditation, this hearing of mantras, and specifically for the rest of the night we'll be chanting the mantras, singing the mantras. This is the means by which we can more and more actually come to this experience, what I've just been talking about. Like just now I'm talking, I'm saying things, you can read about these things and so on, or watch about it. And it's just theory. It's more or less on the intellectual level, right? Even if you get it, even you go, yeah, I accept that, it's still on an intellectual level. So yoga practices and meditation make it so that you can actually begin to experience this reality, experience your spiritual nature, experience your spiritual nature in relation to everybody else, and it just starts opening up a whole new world, a wonderful world beyond this dog-eat-dog world of material life that seems to be happening all around us these days. Isn't it right? It's crazy. There's so much divisiveness going on. Wars, and people want to fight about everything. So as soon as you accept this general idea, at least, even on a theoretical level, as soon as you accept it, you immediately say, oh, right, I'm spiritual in essence, so I'm different. I'm not this material body. Do you know what that means? It means I'm not a man. I'm not black or white. Or not any of the other distinctions people want to make. The body is no longer my real identity. So much confusion about identity these days. Who am I? People make a big deal. Oh, I'm black, I'm white, I'm brown, I'm blue, I'm yellow. As soon as you take on yoga wisdom, all that's gone. It's not important. I'm not, What's important is you catch hold of this idea that I'm spiritual in essence, and so is each and every one of us. Each one of us has that in common. That's our spiritual nature. And that means what? It means we're all related. It's not that I'm white and I'm only related to the white people, or someone's black and they're only related to the black people. No. These bodies we have, they're oftentimes compared to just clothing that we wear. It's described in the Bhagavad Gita that the body is like clothes that we put on and take off. So, lady there's wearing a blue jacket. I've got a black jacket. We're not going to fight about which coloured jacket's the best, or, we're not going to fight because we have... So similarly like that. We're all spiritual in essence, and we're all related in that way. So basically, meditation makes it so that beyond just theoretical understanding, we'll come to experience this more and more. Experience our spiritual nature and experience our natural relationship with the source of us all. And, this is where we'll find, people want to meditate because they want peace of mind, or so on and so forth. Or, they want to calm the mind. That's where you're going to find that peace, in that spiritual knowledge and experience. And that's what this chanting is all about. That can deliver it to us very easily. So when we're chanting later, you can join in the singing if you like, or if you like, you can just listen. Just listening is good too. You can just close your eyes and relax and just soak up these sounds. And it has a type of purifying effect on the mind. It can get rid of so many false conceptions. Is that okay? I'm gonna leave it at that for now. We could talk and talk for a long time, but we'll just leave it. So just gonna do a little meditation for a few minutes while some people are gonna serve out our dinner, and then we'll have a little break. So normally the way this goes, if you want to participate, I'll sing the mantra once, and then everybody can repeat or listen if you like. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, 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 Govinda, Rama, Madana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. Okay, so thanks for listening, everybody. We're just going to enjoy the meal, and we'll be back with some chanting a little bit later. Thank you. Anyone's feeling a bit cool, like we can put the heaters on, but also there's blankets in the cupboard as well. So, yeah, just let us know.
You have permission to talk to your neighbour. Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Siddhaswarapananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Your turn. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo Nitai Go, Haribo. 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 Haribo Nitai Go, Nitai Go Haribo, Haribo Nitai Go, Nitai Go Haribo. Haribo Nitai Go, Nitai Go, Haribo, Haribo Nitai Go, Nitai Go Haribo. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Keep going. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. I'd like to invite Jiva to come forward.
Okay, so we're just going to continue on with some chanting. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gokula, Govinda, Rama, Rama, Mohana, Gokula, Govinda, Rama, Gokula, Govinda, Rama, Rama, Mohana, Gokula, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Okay, so I guess as everybody's guessed by now, we only chant a few mantras with many different tunes. So we've got another one who's had a special request tonight to do one particular tune, so we'll do that one with the Hare Krishna mantra. You might be able to recognise that some of these tunes, we make them up ourselves. They're our own melodies, and sometimes we steal melodies from other people. This particular melody is no harm done, of course. We're just actually good promotion of their tune. So this particular tune, you might recognise it. Actually, these guys are out of date now. Maybe you don't. There was a band back in the 1980s called Brothers in Arms. Oh, sorry, a band called Dire Straits. Maybe some of the older folk might remember. I'm always getting into trouble making these comments. Not old. So this band was Dire Straits, and it was from an album called. The song was called Brothers in Arms. It was like a kind of a. Anyway. Hare Krishna. Start again. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How's everybody doing? Okay? Hanging in there? We've just got a couple more. We'll do a couple more. We'll finish in a little bit. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Come on, let's go. Try a bit louder. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Come on, let's go. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, So, how are we doing, Rupa?
Good.
Whoever's in the kitchen. I think we're namaste, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. I think that's just hang on a little bit longer. We've got some chai coming. If anybody wants to stay